And we're back with Millennium County Part 2 of the truss building or truss installation video. So as you can see, I've started laying the plaster cloth. I also went ahead and set up this is going to be Lake Doodle, or Doodle Lake. This is where the nude beach is. So we're working on that right now. Got to get it all painted up, got to get the water in there. Want to get more vegetation or plants. I built a bridge, well actually a ridge. Well, you can see it here. Out of foam, it worked out really good. I did have to move the freight rails, which actually came out better because they're a little closer together. It looks a little more prototypical, sort of. Back again. So, as you can see, I've got a plaster cloth out, scissors, knife, bowl of water, and it looks pretty good. I've got to paint it all up yet, and I want to plant some grass. I think I'm going to make use of that static grass tool that I haven't used yet, so it might be pretty good though. I might be able to put some tall grass maybe, you know, up there and in the back, and you know, and then there'll be a small area for the nude bathers to hang out when they're not in the water. We'll get some more trees up too, you know, because the idea is you don't want to be able to see down in there when the train goes by, or do you? But no, but in reality, no. The code enforcement people would probably have a real problem with that, you know. If passengers on the passenger train went by, oh look at the new people down there, they won't allow that. So we're going to have to make sure it's pretty well shielded from the eyes of onlookers on the passenger train. Meanwhile, I did clean up a little bit. Very little. I've got stuff everywhere, but not as bad as it was before. You know, there's just no way to keep this place organized and clean when you're working here. But we are making progress. I've got the bridge there. I still haven't gotten any feedback on what color to do the bridge. I'm still hopeful. I mean, it's probably going to be about a week before I actually wrap this video up and post it. So, you know, for all you viewers out there, come on guys, give me some ideas for a color. You know, I mean, I could do it myself if I had to, but I'd really rather involve everybody else and give you all a chance to get your name in the spotlight, you know. I think you probably want that, I don't know. Anyway, so that's where we're at right now. Not much more to see. I'll video this as we go along. Once I get that all painted up and maybe get some more plants and grass in there, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and I did buy a couple more train cars. I don't know if you can really see them. I bought the Santa Fe and the Northern Pacific over there, the boxcar, the silver one. Waller's had a sale on their main line, so I picked up 2 of them. I'm going to try and buy train cars as often as possible, because you know, I don't know how many I'm supposed to have, but I want to get a lot more. You know, there's a lot of track here, and I do have sidings, you know, where I could, you know, lay them up on, and of course in the industrial section, which is not situated just yet. I got that drop-in table out, but once that's in, there'll be certain cars that'll be parked there too, you know, awaiting pickup or delivery or whatever. So there's a lot to be done here, so I'm going to pause for now. I'll be back at a later date to add on to this video, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. I'll be back shortly. Bye. And I'm back. Yeah, well, since nobody bothered to call in and recommend a color for the truss bridge, I went ahead and did it myself. So I picked this really cool aqua shade. And yes, it is prototypical because I did actually see a few bridges for the trains throughout the country that were painted the same color, similar color. I figured that's pretty cool. So I'm still in the process of painting several coats and different, there it is right there. Looks pretty good. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a little airbrushing right now. Hopefully. This all works out right. Not too tricky doing this. I found the inside was a little tougher to do than the outside, because you had to go in between everything. You just gotta make sure you use every angle. So you don't miss anything. Of course, the main thing with this was I wanted to make sure that I don't want it to be too perfect, because I am going to add some rust stains. Well, mostly rust stains. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I don't think graffiti would look good on this bridge, so no graffiti, just some rust stains. That's going to be a little tricky too, I imagine. But a necessity. So I'm looking over it. Like I said, there's some, you know, I'm not sure how you would describe it. It's not like, there's some places where there's a good coat of paint. And other places where it's a little light, so it looks faded. And yes, I did do that on purpose. It wasn't, I don't know what I'm painting and I don't know what I'm doing, because I actually do. Before I got into model railroading and before I became disabled, at one time I owned a painting company. I painted houses and that. So I know a little bit about painting. Not a whole lot, just enough to be dangerous, right? No, I'm only kidding. But I do know a little bit about painting, and the airbrush for me is relatively new. I just started messing with that probably within the last year. But I found it wasn't much different than using the big sprayer when I used to spray paint, you know, closet doors and louver doors and that sort of thing. It's just working out a smaller area, you know, with a smaller equipment, so the transition was actually fairly easy. And that worked out real well for me. Matter of fact, most of the things in this room that are painted is a direct result of my previous experience with painting houses and what have you. I painted a couple of cars and they came out pretty good, but I've gotten to the point now where I can't be around that type of a paint. Accidentally breathing a little bit of it years and years ago. I can't be around it now. I'd get deathly ill and I'd probably die. And some of this paint is so lethal anyway, you know. I hear what the spray or the paint I'm using right now is acrylic. It's water-based. I like the water-based paints. I mean, back in the day when we used the oil-based paints, you know, everybody scoffed at latex for, you know, glossy paint. And this is a glossy paint too, by the way. And pretty basic stuff, folk art. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's called Aqua. It's a good color. They put it in the airbrush bottle, break it down with a little bit of water. Still maintains its gloss. And it looks good, you know. So it had come a long way with the glossy paints for the acrylics, because like I said, the original acrylics glosses were terrible. I tried them and we threw it in the garbage. You know, I think I bought a quart of it and nope, this is not going to work. So they've come a long way with it, thank God, and you know, it really has been a lot better than it used to be. So anyway, I'm going to take a brief break here, and I'm going to turn the bridge around. I want to do the other side, and I'll narrate some more in a little bit. Stay tuned. And I'm back. Alright, well, the painting's finished. I still got to put the rust stains in there and, you know, seal that in. But I did put it in place. It's not bolted down yet, but I just put it in place to give you an idea what it looks like. So we'll swing around here. And there it is. It looks pretty good. I think that's a good color for it. It stands out, although you probably can't really tell too much. I can zoom in a little bit. I like it. I think it looks good. So, come back around over here to this ugly mug. So, that's where we're at now. I'm getting ready to paint the over there by the bridge is Lake Doodle or Doodle Lake. That's going to be the nude lake. I have a lot of work to do there. But I think the next thing I'm going to do is paint the bottom of the lake to get the color. I found something called pool blue. Looks like it might work for, you know, a bright colored water after I pour the fake water in there, you know. Anyway, that'll be next, and then get some plant life going on there. And finally try my hand at static grass application. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll find out one way or the other. So, stay tuned. It'll probably be later today that I start doing this stuff. I will videotape it while it's in practice. Because remember, this is part 2 of the truss bridge. And since that area is right by there, I might as well throw it right in there. So, stay tuned. be back in a bit, hopefully. And I'm back. And I took the liberty of jumping ahead here. I decided to static grass some areas there. I went ahead and did the, let me take this off here. I went ahead and did the lake water. I went ahead and did all kinds of stuff actually. Get some light on here. There we go. I went ahead and put some mulch down in there. I don't know if you can see it too well or not, but there is mulch. Got my privacy trees up. We got some wild grass growing there, some grass growing there. And of course we have the lake. I've still got to put the water in yet. That'll be coming soon enough. So, that's where we're at right now. I'm waiting for everything to dry up real good, then I'll probably mix up the water and get that in there. And probably start putting my my beach bunnies down. Got quite a few of those, and we'll get that all sorted out here shortly. Alright, well that's it for now. But I'll be back again real soon, so hang in there. Alright, I'm back again. I went and poured the water last night. And what a mess this turned into. I'm sure the camera doesn't really show it all that well, but I wound up trying it out. I don't know if you can see that too well or not. That's kind of what it looked like. It was terrible. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm going to have to fill this in somehow or a little bit. Unless I want to make it that deep. And pour new water and use a different color. Apparently that pool blue looked too much on the green side. I really want something that's probably closer to the wall there, you know. That blue there. So, I'm going to have to start from scratch a little bit. Fortunately, I didn't ruin any of the surrounding areas. So, this is something you probably don't see on too many videos. I don't know. Where, you know, the guy, the operator, me, or somebody else in the same position makes a mistake and actually documents it. I mean, you know, it is what it is, right? If it was that easy to do perfect layouts every time, well, there'd be no real challenge. So, I'm going to have to start over again on that. You know, that's not the first time I've had problems with the liquid water, you know, the fake water. That stuff can be pretty tough to use sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I got plenty of it left. It's, I don't use the stuff that the modelers usually use. This actually I got in Home Depot. It's called Super Glaze. Basically, it's just it's a water-based acrylic, well, a glazing, I guess. But the good news is, you can pretty much make this stuff as thick as you want, so you're not limited, you know, to any kind of thickness which makes it really good for, you know, pouring lakes and rivers and streams and what have you on your model railroad layout. This is the same stuff that I used over here in Lake Joe. See if I can work my way toward it. It'll be nice once this is all done and organized and I don't have stuff everywhere. But, well, you can't really see it too well, but that's the same glazing. Now, I tinted the glazing. And also, let me turn the light on this. If that helps any. Oh, it does, actually. Now, just the dark areas of water, and of course I use the Mod Podge to get the ripple effect there for like, you know, rippling waves or whatever. It came out really good, and that was my first real attempt with the Mod Podge, and I'll tell you what, gotta thank you guys because everybody out there does something to show in their videos that really comes in handy. You know, that I've been able to utilize. It saved me a lot of grief. Also, I have my, I guess you'd call it a creek. It goes all the way down. It actually connects to Lake Joe, but you can't see the connection because that connection's actually underground. Or, you know, it's supposed to look that way. But I did the same thing with the rippling effects there too. Not quite as, and of course the water's a little clearer because it's not as deep. So Lake Joe shows a pretty deep area there. And I'm trying to get, I want to try and get the same thing on Doodle Lake, what I'm working on now. So, anyway, stay tuned. Pretty soon I'm going to go ahead and mix up another batch, and after a while I got to repaint in there and change the color. There's a whole bunch of things I got to do, but I'll show it to you once it's poured, and we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that works. So, I'll be back soon. Bye. Alright, I'm back again. See, what am I looking at? Looking at a cloud there, huh? Alright, well there's the new Doodle Lake substrata. That's a good word for it, huh? I keep screwing up. This is my third attempt at this. Never used that that sealer in the can, Flex Seal on foam. It just melts it. So I had to lift it out, put another piece down, and this time I just went ahead and plastered it. So once the plaster is dry, I'll paint it, then I'll clear coat it with some clear acrylic. That won't melt it. And then let it cure for another 24 hours. And then pour the actual water. That's the plan anyway. But mostly I just wanted to point out what a friggin' mess I got here. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. So, I'm thinking since I can't really do anything while that lake is drying, I might do a top-down cleanup. Because it really needs it. I mean, the shelves are a mess. The ones that you can see here. Bench tops are a mess. We got trees all over the place. I mean, look at this here. That shelving unit, it's completely packed. That one there is completely packed. There's just stuff everywhere. And I even got into the one behind the trash can here. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me turn the light on again. And that helps. That's all a mess. We got stuff on the floor. We got stuff everywhere. Even the dog thinks it's a mess. Bud? That's Buddy, one of my dogs. There's my wife laughing in the kitchen over there. Where's Buddy at? He's hiding down there somewhere. There he is. But he likes the green room. But this place is really a big, massive mess. So I've decided I'm going to take the next day or two, and it may take that long, to clean it all up. And then by that time, hopefully, Doodle Lake will be ready for the next step of pouring the water, hopefully. So, I'm going to zip this up for right now, and when I'm ready to pour the water, I'll come back on and we'll show you what we're doing. And until I get back on here, see you in a bit. Bye for now. Alright, and I'm back. So, this is probably going to wrap up part 3 here pretty soon, or part 2 rather, excuse me. I went ahead, I redid all this for the pool. If you can see that there well or not. Yeah, I should probably bring it in a little bit closer. There you go. That's kind of an extreme close-up, isn't it? Hope that's actually pointing at the right place. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so the pool area, or Doodle Lake as it were, that's going to be the nude beach, or the nude lake, I guess you'd call it that. Now, I got all my trees in, I've redone this, I painted a darker blue, so when I actually pour the water, and I'm not going to pour the water until probably part 3. So, you know, I don't want to have these 10-hour long videos, you know. So, but anyway, I like the way it's looking so far. I have some of these big rocks. Well, they would be on, I guess, on the actual scale of things. Might put a few of them here and there. You know, just to add a little bit of character to it. Not sure quite how I'll arrange them out yet. But, you know, something along those lines. But that's the plan. So, I don't see much of a need for any more plant life. I don't think. I mean, it looks pretty good the way it is. You know, it's a little tough here with the available light that I'm showing, but I can see that a little better there. Oh yeah, okay. So, I put static grass all along here, and back in here you can't really see it, but it's there. And of course, along the front, all here and here. So it's a little grass area there, you know. And I've still got to come up with a way for, I'm not quite sure how I want to do this yet. I may have the train stop up here and have some sort of a, you know, like a stairwell or something so the passengers could jump off and go down the lake and, you know, do whatever. Not quite sure yet on that, but I'll figure it out eventually. And let me break for just a minute here. Okay, so I'm back. And I've got the actual Doodle Lake sign there. I'll put a little light on there. Pretty cool. I don't know, it's kind of blurry, it's hard to see. I also have this small sign over here. It says Nude Beach. That's for any potential people that might be offended by that, so you'll notice. There's several nude bathers. Yeah, I'll have to see here because the camera doesn't really. If we can get them in there now. Yeah, they're kind of blurry, but that's just the way it works. So anyway, they'll be positioned. on the Doodle Lake. And yeah, I really did clean the place up a lot. Not perfect, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. I put a lot of stuff up. My shelves are a little more organized, like that one there. This one here is even more organized. These ones down here are definitely organized. So I've still got more cleaning to do, but I'm getting there. So we'll probably pick up the rest of the cleaning in part 3. Now, like I said, part 3 will in fact wrap up this whole series for, you know, the bridge. I don't know, I might include a couple other things in there, but I'm not sure yet. So anyway, but this is where we're at. And I wanted to give a shout out to Vinny, cousin Vinny, you know who you are. Thanks for giving me a shout out, it really helped. I got 44 subs last I looked. That's pretty good considering I started out with 2. Don't need a lot more though, but hey, you know. Hopefully my popularity will pick up somewhat. Anyway, I'm thankful for everybody that's subscribed to my channel. And, you know, it's always good to be around fellow modelers. And I really like what I see in a lot of the other layouts. It's given me some pretty good ideas of what I can do in my very limited space. But it's still helpful. And I hope you continue to follow me and hit like. And like I said, don't be afraid to leave a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear from you. So I'm going to go ahead and close up part 2 right now. So look forward to seeing part 3 in the next few weeks. And we'll see how things are going. So, keep on railroading. Thanks for watching. Bye.